And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in our 1.0 series here. As you can see, I've put the iron on the belt, and we got both sides of the belt fully compressed. And you can see this one down here isn't quite doing it, mainly because these were already full. These were completely full of iron, so once they run dry, it'll be fine. So we're gonna underground through there, and we're gonna come up here. I need to automate belts again, because yeah, this used a lot of belt. So we're gonna come up here a ways and get our first automation system up. So we want to design the bus here, trying to future-proof it. So let's imagine we have. So there's iron over here, so we're going to probably have another belt of iron coming up. So that'll be 2 belts of iron. Now, depending on how crazy you want your production, you can go more and more and more. So you can have 4 belts of iron and 4 belts of whatever. But we're going to stick with 2 belts of iron. We want 2 belts of copper. So we're going to skip 2, and we're going to go over here. That's going to be copper. Okay. Probably going to have a belt or 2 of circuits, probably a green, most likely 2 green. Then we're going to have, you can probably get away with 4 wide. Like so. Okay, because your underground, your initial undergrounds can go 4 cross. Can't go 5, can go 4. So a lot of early buses are 4 wide because you can just underground all the way through. Okay, so that's going to be our iron. So we want to split our iron off here, and then let's imagine this iron is just underground through there. So we're going to want to go across a ways, and then we're going to want to underground under that batch and under that batch, and then always build into your bus a little ways, because you never know what other items, because we're going to have stone on there, probably some brick, like there's variety, probably coal. There's quite a few things that you can put on the bus. So we're going to start with this iron, and we're going to split this iron off and come over here. And we are going to have something making belt again. So this is going to be gears, and this is going to be belt. Put our alt back on here. So we're going to want 2 gears and 1 of those, and this is going to go into a chest. So all of this is going to make a decent amount of belt for us. It's going to be a really decent amount. Okay, we're going to need power over here. Let's first deliver the iron, and then work on getting power. Try to get this underground as far as you can, so you're not interrupting any belts, like so. And then we can put one of these, and there we go. We have an abundance of iron coming in now. This thing produces way faster than we are able to empty it, and we don't have the ability. So one thing we could do, this will get a little crazy. We're gonna go out like that. We're gonna go out and up like that. So these inserters are sort of handing it to one another, and then we're able to empty 2 at a time. pretty decent. And we could even increase that a little bit more. Just constant production of belt. To limit this, if we don't want this entire thing full of belt, we can limit it. So click this and you can limit how much belt goes in. So right there, this is the first row as all the belt that it'll go, which is nice. It's a nice system there. Early game, it's good to limit stuff like that, just because, I mean, yeah, when you start increasing the amount that you're going, it can get a little iffy. All right, so we need copper. We need coal where copper is, and I think right in here is a good spot to get rid of this stuff. And so we're gonna belt this over, give that coal time to fill. Now in here is going to be a little tricky because we have a seam right here where there's copper and iron. So what we want to do is, no, not a burner. We want some drills in here. Cover the entire seam. Okay. Those drills cover that entire seam. Now, some of this is going to be iron and some of this is going to be copper. So we want our copper to be split off over to here. We want our iron to be brought down here. And speaking of iron, let's grab here, 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 and here. So one thing you can do, get a splitter. Okay. Click on the splitter. Output priority. We're going to go output priority left, which you can see the little arrow right there. And we're going to say this is going to be copper ore. Output priority copper ore. So only copper will be split off over to here. And to ensure that all the copper is used, one thing you do here is input priority. Oh, right. So any copper that's here will go through first, and then it will pull from the other belt. So from here, we can go straight down, because the only other thing on this belt is going to be iron. And we want to balance this so it makes sure that it goes on a good side. So this will separate those and create a little notches in here, and we'll keep those ores separated. Okay, so if we go through here, there's iron and there's copper. Iron should go straight, copper should go over here. And it will do that until these veins are empty, and there's a lot of material in each one of those. Okay, so over here we could do this and that, just expand the amount of iron, because we'll probably put another, smelting stack over here. So you just want that to be good to go. All right, so now we have all the machines we need to skirt around with our coal here. And we need to get down right into here as much as possible. So if we could possibly maybe underground under here, like so, that will skip all of that nicely. And that was the rest of my belt. I need to, and this is where long reach. Oh, see, I don't have radar coverage up there. So we're going to build another radar. And our radar line, where is our radar? So right there, we're going to go straight up. One of the great things about this game is there's so many quality of life. So you can see the over in the right side, you can see the blue highlight. That's your radar coverage. You can see the radar coverage that you have, and this is going to be the new radar coverage. So we want to get as much out of this radar as possible. So we're going to put this way up here. You can see we got no overlap right in this chunk. We're going to need more power poles. I know that for a fact. Now be aware, biters love to target radars. So if your pollution cloud is in check, then you're fine. But as soon as that is not the case, and there we go, radar coverage up here now, and now it's going to uncover a whole bunch more land up here. And let's grab, look at all that belt. Oh, it's glorious. 500 belt, and we didn't really have to do much of anything. I love automation. This game is all about the automation. And we'll work on coal in a second. I want to get this up and running down here so we can get some copper going. Oh no! Oh no! Huge mistake. Huge mistake. That was a bad thing right there. If that happens to you, you can just yank stuff off the belt here. No, I don't want to go up. Right here is fine. Okay. Disaster slightly averted. And if you have like excess material on you, like I have a bunch of iron ore on me right now, I can just make a chest and basically put that there, put the iron there, and just put an inserter down. And it will just empty that out. Okay, so let's not make that mistake again. We're gonna go under and over. And then up and then over, like so. And now we should be smelting copper. And it will prioritize again. It will prioritize this belt before anything. So this belt will drain itself out and allow more material to come down here. And this is already prioritized for up here. Anything, you know, upstream is going to be priority over anything downstream. So all of these will, you know, not mine as long as this belt is full. So we don't need to set a priority or anything like that. And now we are mining or processing a ton of copper. And we need to figure out where to insert this copper. So I'm thinking, let's go down here with it. Up here. Like so. So this will be a copper line. And we can actually bring this up maybe right in here. See, there's a tree in the way. Oh, there's another tree in the way. Hard to see where your belt is. Like that. Skirts us along here. Probably have a few trees in the way here. I try not to clear all of them just because it's good for pollution management. What's underground under here? And of course this is in the way. Okay, we're skirting by there. And then, remember, there's this belt and then two, I think that line right there is our copper. Now if we go up from here, There's our copper right there. So we should be right in line with that. We are. Whoops. Yeah, that was a mistake. Let's go under that. Yeah, the long reach can kind of bite you a little bit if you're not careful. And now, all the way up here, we have copper. Because iron and copper, obviously your two main resources, you are going to use a lot of it. All right, so now all that's left is putting the copper onto the belt down here. Whoop. No. Bingo. Now we have copper slowly making its way up to where we need it. This one I do want to put a priority, input priority on the right. I want to make sure this one is going as much as possible here. A lot of it is coming off of this other side, so that's a problem. But we're going to start using a lot of materials. Like it's going to be pretty crazy how much we're going to consume here in just a short bit. I don't know where I got all this coal. Oh, I think I remember. Yeah, I know where I got all the coal. Let's just put it down here. That should have gotten rid of it. Yeah, that's why I like even distribution. Very, very nice way of doing things. Okay, so again, Factorio is a game about automation. You want to automate as much as possible. So we want to automate circuits. And I think a great spot of doing this is right in here. So let's get, let's see, 20, 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 would be best. But let's start with 6. I don't want to, spend the entire game trying to look at all the belt. Oh, it's glorious. Because circuits are used in, the inserters that we want to automate. They're used in the assembly machines that we want to automate. They're used in the splitters that we want to automate. Like, green circuits are the next big thing that you want to get automated. So we're going to do that down here, and it uses, obviously iron and copper. And there's a, optimized setup that you want for it. So we are going to plan on having this setup. So down here is going to be your circuits. And again, shift right click, shift left click. Copies that. Okay, up here we're going to have the copper cables. Shift right click and then left click all the way across. That's just beautiful how easy that is. And we're going to want a bunch of inserters. Because the ratio of these, 3 cable per item, and this thing is actually wrong. I can do another assembly machine, I believe. Because these produce 2 every 0.5 seconds. These are going to use 3 every 0.5 seconds. So this here is going to produce 4 every 0.5 seconds. There's going to be 1 extra. Okay, so we want to then expand this. I think it's, well, it's been a while since I've played vanilla. It has been a while. Yeah, this is the ratio here. So you go down, down, down. This is going to be copper. Now this is going to be iron and circuits, right? So iron is going to be pulled, circuits are going to be pushed. We want copper over here. Okay. And right in here is kind of where we stop that. Okay, so you are going to be the iron. You are going to be the return circuits. I really wish I had mini loaders researched, but they're behind. They're behind fast inserters, electronics, and steel. This is probably, yeah, they use steel. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need quite a lot of these. Electronics is gonna open up a whole new world. Okay, so first things first, let's get some copper run. And we first want, these are going to be the things that put circuits on, so we want the drop tile to go one out. So you can see now that one's highlighted. It's close, far. So shift right click, shift left click, copies and paste that across. This is beautiful. All right. So this is going to be copper, so we want you. Is that 4? Like that. So it should line up right with these. Yep. You know, people who build really close to their bus end up regretting it, because you need a lot of space. There's no reason to build right up next to the bus. There's just no reason. And as we get better and better underground belts, they'll just travel further and further. It'll make sense. Okay, so our iron, we want to line up our iron right here. And this is going to go across here. And we want another splitter up here. How is that not lined up? Oh, I know why. Right there's our line. Okay. Yeah, these early underground belts are kind of brutal. Okay. So now we need power. So one there, one there, one down there. Takes care of the entire power for that setup. And we need to stretch this across. And now we are making circuits. Okay, let's get the rest of these. Not the fastest, you know, when you first start out, not the fastest in the world, because the inserters are only moving one at a time. Once we get our inserter capacity something, there's a capacity stack fast inserter, there it is. This one here. Oh, that's stack inserter. I thought there was a regular inserter capacity. Inserter. That's stack inserter more. That must be a different mod. I'm so used to, you know, having a specific set of mods that... So the stack inserter is where that's going to come into play. Let's grab all the circuits, because those are kind of a beast to produce. So we're just going to mirror this on this side, and we can copy and paste all across there. How many inserters do we have? Let's queue up a few more of those. Okay, so you're going to be the same level Like so. Begin with here and here. Like so. Now we have to adjust these because these are different from up here. These are going to pull from the far. These are going to push. We don't need to change these at all because these are automatically going to push out right there just fine. Now we need some more copper. And let's line up the copper right there. And we need some more undergrounds. Okay, so copper right about there. I've gotten pretty good at eyeballing the distances and the offsets. Another set. The beauty of this is these pull from the inside of the belt over here, which pulls from the left side. These are going to pull from the inside of the belt here, which actually pull from the right side. So you're going to get a full draw, an even draw from all of this. And now both sides of the belt have circuits. So where do we want to put circuits at? Let's put circuits right here. Okay, so circuits are going to go right in here. And of course this needs to be offset properly there. Okay, so this is going to be circuits. So we can just bring those out. I could underground through all this, but it's nice having, you know, some stuff. And you can just keep expanding this out and out and out and out as your belts and machines upgrade. So as everything gets upgraded, we'll be in a much better state. Coming up here, we now have circuits on the bus. So we have iron, we have copper, and we'll have circuits. And look at that, our belt is full. Believe it or not, our belt is full. Can you believe that? All right, well, that is going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.